Hello and welcome. Today I want to share a gentle story with you, a story for both kids and grown-ups. It's called The Puzzle with a Missing Piece. Lila absolutely adored puzzles. She loved the big ones with 1,000 tiny parts. The small ones she could finish in an afternoon, and the incredibly colorful ones that painted a picture right before her eyes. But out of all the puzzles in her collection, there was one she loved more than any other. It was an old puzzle, a gift from her grandmother. The colors on some of the pieces had faded over time, and the edges were soft from being handled so many times. And there was something else special about it. One piece was always missing. Every evening, a little ritual would unfold in Lila's home. She would sit at the big wooden dining table, and soon after, her father would walk through the door. He always came home tired from work, his shoulders slumped, and his eyes looking heavy with the day's worries. But the moment Lila carefully opened the old puzzle box, a small, genuine smile would appear on his face. "Let's find the sky piece," Lila would announce, her voice full of excitement. They would spend hours together, sorting through the shapes and colors, watching the picture slowly come to life. They never found the missing piece, of course. They knew it wasn't in the box, but that never stopped them. They kept building anyway, enjoying the process, the quiet companionship. The puzzle was their special thing. One sunny afternoon, feeling a little adventurous, Lila decided to go upstairs. She had always been curious about her neighbor, an old woman who lived alone. Taking a deep breath, she knocked gently on the door. After a moment, the door creaked open, and the old woman appeared. Her hair was as white as freshly fallen snow, and a slow, kind smile spread across her face. "Hello there," the woman said in a soft, crackly voice. "I've heard the happy sounds from downstairs. I heard you like puzzles." She then invited Lila and her father, who had followed her up, to come inside. Her apartment was cozy and filled with books and plants, and there, sitting in the middle of her small wooden table, under a beam of sunlight, was the missing piece. It was unmistakable. Lila stared at it, her eyes wide with surprise. The woman saw her expression and explained softly, "I found it in the hallway years and years ago. I figured it belonged to the puzzle downstairs." She paused, picking it up and turning it over in her fingers. "I kept it," she continued, "because I liked knowing something was unfinished. It felt real." Lila looked confused. "But puzzles are meant to be complete," she said, thinking of the perfect finished picture on the box. The woman smiled a knowing, gentle smile. "Sometimes," she replied, her voice barely a whisper, "people are like puzzles too. We're not always complete. We have our own missing pieces, our own faded parts. But that doesn't make us any less wonderful." Lila looked at her father, who was listening intently. He seemed to understand something she didn't quite grasp yet. Together, the three of them went back downstairs to Lila's apartment. With a sense of ceremony, they placed the final missing piece into the puzzle. The picture was finally whole. It was a beautiful landscape of a field of flowers under a vast blue sky. But as Lila looked at it, something felt different. The thrill of the search was gone. Her father noticed her quiet mood. "You know," he said, placing a hand on her shoulder, "it was just as much fun even before it was finished, wasn't it?" Lila nodded slowly. The journey of putting it together was where the magic really was. Upstairs, the old woman gently closed the puzzle box, the picture now complete, but the story forever changed. That night, tucked into her bed, Lila thought about the puzzle and the old woman's words. She finally understood something new and important. Things don't have to be perfect to be loved. A puzzle with a missing piece can still bring joy. And people, just like puzzles, don't have to be complete to belong. They can have their own missing pieces, their own unfinished stories, and still be worthy of love and connection. Sometimes, she realized, just being together, sharing a moment, building something side by side, that is the real picture. The completeness is found not in the finished object, but in the shared experience. If this story made you smile or gave you something to think about, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us create more gentle stories that can bring kids and grown-ups together. Thank you so much for listening.